What are your thoughts on all the moves so far in the state of this team?
I'm really excited. I think Kelly and Amber have done a really good job of, finding pieces that fit. It makes me excited about the future, obviously, with Steph and her staff coming in here, and my ability to work out with Keith all off-season has been really fun, but it's been fun. I got to work out with DB, and, as some off-season leagues and overseas stuff kind of wraps up, a lot of them will start getting back, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to get in the gym and be with my teammates and, just start putting the pieces together and see what works, what doesn't work, but I think we're going to have a lot of different options to do a lot of different things, and I think that's what's super exciting about it.
You won't believe what Caitlin Clark just revealed about the 2025 WNBA season. With all the big moves happening, new teammates joining the roster, and the franchise going all in, she finally broke her silence on what's coming next. Is this the turning point for her team? In a recent interview, Caitlin opened up about the team's direction, new signings, and what it's going to take to dominate next season. And let's just say, she didn't hold back. Let's dive into one of the biggest takeaways from her interview, how she feels about where the team is headed.
Stands out to you about the experience, the champions that have been added to this moment?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what everybody talked about when we were in the playoffs last year of, we really didn't have much experience at all playing in playoff games. I don't know what the exact number was, but we really lacked in that area. So just adding pieces of, players that have been in this league, they know what it takes to win, they know what it takes to get to the finals, they know what it takes to win championships, I think is exactly what we needed in our locker room. So it's just exciting, but also they're not only really good basketball players, they're really great leaders and really great people.
Caitlin made it clear that she's excited about what's unfolding behind the scenes. Kelly and Amber have done a great job of finding pieces that fit, she said. And when she talks about fit, she's not just referring to any players, she means the right players. These are the ones who fill the gaps from last season, who bring more than just skill, and who understand what it takes to win at the highest level. Last season, this team had talent, but talent alone doesn't win championships. The playoffs proved that. The stakes were higher. And while Caitlin and her teammates gave it their all, they lacked the veteran leadership and experience needed to push them over the top. That's why the front office wasted no time in making moves to bring in players with a winning pedigree, and that's exactly what they've done. Clark admitted that experience was a missing piece last year. We really lacked in that area, she acknowledged. When you compare this year's roster to last year's, the difference is clear. The new signings aren't just good players, they're proven winners. These players have been through playoff battles, played in finals, and even lifted trophies. That kind of presence changes the identity of a team. It's not just about what they do on the court. It's about how they prepare, how they lead, and how they push everyone around them to a higher standard.
Similar to what DB said about the competitive fire you all had the moment you had the playoffs last year, all those things, how do you think your competitive fire can mesh with hers?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what you want. You want your teammates to be just as competitive as you are. So I think training camp's going to be really fun. That's when you're competing live. You're getting after things. Coaches are figuring out what lineups work, what lineups don't. So I think it's more so like the drive of pushing your teammates to get better. And I think that's exactly what she speaks to when she talks about her leadership. Like, that's going to push all of us to get better when you can see a vet like that come in here and want to get better every single day still. And, you're 12 plus whatever they are in their career. That's inspiring. That motivates you to want to be better too. But
Clark understands the impact of experience. She discussed how veterans bring a mentality that's contagious. When you see players who have been in the league for 12 plus years still working hard and still finding ways to improve, it forces the younger players to step up too, she said. That motivates you to want to be better. This is exactly what any team needs when aiming for the next level. Training camp will be the first real test of all these changes. Clark is excited for what's ahead, as this is when the team will start to figure things out. What works, what doesn't, and which combinations click. As always, Clark is approaching it with competitive fire. You want teammates who are just as competitive as you are, she said. If you've followed her career, you know she doesn't back down. If anything, she thrives when surrounded by players who challenge and push her, matching her intensity. That's what makes this training camp so intriguing. It's going to be intense. The team is deeper than ever, which means every practice will be a battle. Spots are up for grabs, chemistry has to be built, and most importantly, a winning identity needs to be established. For Clark, this isn't just about making the playoffs. It's about building a team capable of winning it all. But beyond the on-court aspects, one of the biggest talking points of the offseason has been the team's culture. The WNBA is competitive in ways that extend far beyond talent. What separates the best teams isn't just who has the top scorers, it's who has the strongest locker room. It's about players who trust one another, hold each other accountable, and bring out the best in each other. That's why these off-season moves have been so crucial.